Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We've got some more Mary Kay. The last video that I posted was our Mary Kay deep dive, and I figured what better way to follow that up than with our favorite, Brittany Layton Mitchell. If you're not familiar with Brittany, she is a top leader in Mary Kay, and she is so fun to watch, but she has a lot of problematic things to say. So we like to call her out on that. We're going to be reacting to a training that she recently did with her team, and we're going to get right the fuck into it. But first, we need the disclaimer.
Someplace I can hide away. I feel like blessing my ride today. I feel like blessing my ride today. Good for the most part. I'ma need a few rings for the whole squad. Head still on the swing.
Now that we're on the other side of that, I should let you know that, how do we put this? I was gardening right before this.
I do believe I'm stoned.
So it'll be a few minutes before we get to our regular baseline. My apologies. Anyway, if you're not familiar with Mary Kay is what is known as a multi-level marketing company. Also, no.
Why are you the way that you are?
Mary Kay is what is known as an MLM, also known as a multi-level marketing company, network marketing company, party plan company, social selling company. Some would even refer to these types of companies as a pyramid scheme, and that is because of their recruitment-based business model, which is what Mary Kay runs off of, and we did a whole deep dive on that in my last video that I will link below, so you can go ahead and familiarize yourself with Mary Kay if you wish to do so. The products that they focus on are skincare and makeup, and I think from there that's all we really need to talk about before we get into Brittany's training. So buckle up.
Fly high, fly low, soar and away.
Well, hey everybody, it's Brittany Mitchell and it's our favorite night of the week. I'm your sales director. It's September 30th at the time of this recording, last business day of the month. And I have to start with an apology. I always text you a promotional text for the huddle with what we're going to talk about. And today my day was so full with it being the last business day of the month, I neglected to do that. And so for those of you who texted, are we having a huddle? We're always having a huddle on Tuesday night. I will tell you if we're not, but otherwise same bat channel, same bat location, whatever those things are. So I just sent out a reminder. So some people may be hopping on late. So welcome. We always start with wise words from our beloved founder, Mary Kay Ash, from the calendar that we were able to earn last year. So let's go to those words now. We're going to read the quote of the day for September 30th. Mary Kay says, as children grow up, parents may cut down on their praising or stop altogether. Yet the truth is, we never outgrow our need for praise. From cradle to grave, we crave it. Don't let the praise end when your child begins to walk and talk. If you look, there's always something worthy of praise. And no matter how macho you think your husband is, he'll react to praise too.
I don't know what to say. I don't know if it's because I have nothing to say or if I just can't find the word. This is fun. We should do this like once a month. This usually isn't my typical state for filming.
I can see why.
But it is evening and I needed to film because I have a very busy week ahead with Halloween and life.
Can we get back on track here?
That is not why we're here. We're here to talk about Brittany and her platforming of Mary Kay Ash. We discussed this in previous videos, but more specifically, like I said, in the Mary Kay deep dive very recently, where there is a religious type cult feel that Mary Kay gives off when you really start to listen to these individuals who are taking part in Mary Kay and are really talking heavily about the words of Mary Kay Ash and the practices of Mary Kay Ash and what she wore and what she did and what she said. They have a whole ass calendar where they have a daily quote from Mary Kay Ash.
That sounds a little culty.
I will let that sink in while we listen to more of this training call.
I love that. I love that. You know, I was thinking about Stacey James, our beloved retired national, and her husband, Brian, was always so funny at events. He would say, thanks for being here. And don't forget to go home and jump your husband.
Alrighty then.
So you remember Brian saying that he would always tell us, your husbands will be excited for you to go away on Mary Kay trips if you come home and show them how excited you are to be home. Wink. So anyway, all right, everybody. Well, we're going to jump right into it tonight.
That escalated very quickly. Brittany, goodness, I'm blushing.
Are you being for real right now?
Not really. We all know how I am, but I would not expect that from her. I am shocked. I am pleasantly surprised, Brittany. Get it?
We've got some breaking news. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. You remember that we talked about that at seminar. The company let us know that they were making significant enhancements and upgrades to our e-commerce platform. And so tomorrow, all of us are going to be getting an email from Mary Kay with a major update and a lot of news about what that's going to look like. So I haven't read it yet. I will get it when you do tomorrow, maybe an hour before, but I don't have it now at the time of this recording. And then next week on the huddle, we're going to dive into that. But I do want to give you just a little sneak peek. The company is always listening to us. You know,
Creepy. It's like Alexa. Sorry, I hope I didn't make anybody's go off. They're always listening. Sometimes I wonder, can we talk for a moment about AI?
Do we have a choice?
Sometimes I wonder if they have chips in our brains somehow, because there are times where I have not spoken a word about something that I am thinking about purchasing, and it will show up very specifically on my Facebook feed. How does that happen? I need answers. It's a little scary. Any Hoosier.
at seminar, we can go in the expo and we can share feedback, and they listen to us, and we can write into the company and share our thoughts on things. And I want to just tell you a couple of things that they have told directors that they heard us say that I suspect will be part of, I know will be part of what they're going to tell us tomorrow. And number one is, many of you shared with the company that you had customers who told you that sometimes they would go on your website to order and there was a glitch. Just today, I had a customer say, hey, Brittany, I just placed an order on your website and it's spinning and spinning and spinning and I can't tell if it went through. So I know that they are doing a lot to upgrade our e-commerce platform. What is an e-commerce platform? It's our website. It's where we sell product to people. And so I'm very excited about what they will announce when it comes to that. The other thing, and some of you have texted me this, is I know we get an email from the company when we have someone order on our website, but sometimes I forget to check my email. And then a customer will say, hey, I placed an order a couple days ago. Did you get it? And, you know, we have talked to the company about maybe you could text us when someone orders on the website and they say, well, we email you that they did and here's what they ordered. So right now, if you're not checking your email or if you miss it when they email you that someone has ordered, the only way you would know is to go on to InTouch, My Customers, and then click on orders. And I was working with a consultant a couple of weeks ago and we went in and looked, and she had a bunch of orders from a few months back. And I had to say, okay, what about this one? What about that one? And in some cases, what's happening is that your customer will say to you, hey, I placed an order. Did you get it? And you'll just go ahead and take care of it. But then it's still sitting there looking like it's not been processed. Does that make sense? In My Customers under the Orders tab. So they have figured out a way to fix that. So I just want to tell you that
that feels complicated, but also something you should have some kind of say in your own business, don't we think?
when they announce these things tomorrow, and again, I don't have a physical copy of what they're going to say. I just know some of what it's going to be about. Some of the upgrades that they have made are specifically to assure that, number one, it is quick and easy for customers to order. Number two, it is quick and easy for customers to receive their order from you. And number three, you're going to be very excited about this, that it's quick and easy for you to get your money. How many of you have ever forgotten you had money in ProPay? How many of you have ever thought, did I charge that card? I can't remember. I know they ordered on my website and I know I pulled the product from my store and I got it to them, but did I ever go onto the website and charge their card? I can't remember. So those three things are huge components of what you're going to read about tomorrow in that email from the company. Usually they email by about noon Eastern, so be on the lookout for that. But we want to thank the company because you guys, they don't make sweeping changes and improvements to any kind of electronic platform without listening to us, doing a ton of research and saying, will this really make it better? Because they get suggestions all the time, right? And so they know that these things that they are upgrading are going to serve us. And I, for one, am very excited about it. So be sure, and if you're not normally checking your email, check it tomorrow for that word from Mary Kay. Okay, so let's go into some recognition. I first want to recognize all of you who have registered your customers for the winter lookbook mailing. I know some of you, I had one consultant say today, oh, I think I did that. This is the fall holiday book, and it mailed on September 7th, and all of you have gotten it, all of your customers have received it. But there's one more book before the end of calendar year 2025, and it is the winter lookbook. And oh my goodness, you guys, directors got a sneak peek at some of the new things that are coming. And I'm obsessed and I'm so excited. So what's more important though,
as I've said in the past reactions with this individual, she does talk a lot about the products. And as I've mentioned in the past, we don't typically talk about the products within an MLM. And that is just because I like to focus more on the problematic pieces of the business, which are the recruiting and the pushy sales, which we're going to be discussing right now because we're going to go ahead and skip the product mumbo jumbo so we don't fall asleep. We're going to pick up where we are recognizing all of these individuals for specific things because we should talk about this.
Let's recognize all of you who have enrolled customers for the winter lookbook. MJ Wampler, Renee Riley, Laura Riley. I can't read my own writing here. What does that say? I will come back to that. Cheryl Nelson, Marty Mullins, Maureen Mike, Brittany Mitchell, Tangi Dawson, Karina Deal, Margaret Douglas, Nicole Fountain, Marcia Genter, Stephanie Gill, Karen Grover, Tammy Hartman, Debbie Hoddle, Ada Ledoux, Pam Lee, Shelley McEwen, Janice McWilliams, Michelle Messina. And what is this name that I cannot read? Also Sharon Clark. Okay, I'm so sorry. It's somebody's name that starts with an R. You guys, I'm going to figure this out. And I'm going to look at it while we're talking here. But I'm so proud of you because that means that right this very second, 48% of our unit has enrolled. Okay, I still don't know what that says. Okay, somebody's name I'm missing. I'm looking here really quickly because I want to give recognition. Hamatune, well, oh, Rebecca Elder, that's what it says. Okay, so you guys, so proud of you. And we right now have 25 consultants who've enrolled for the winter lookbook mailing, and that is the same number that we had last quarter. I'm checking to make sure I'm right here. Yes. So
lookbooks, they're not selling anything. They've just gotten people to sign up to get a catalog, and they're getting, in my opinion, love bombed. They're getting this recognition. They're getting their name read on a training by their leader of their team because they got people to sign up for a free catalog. It just feels like a waste of time, no? I get words of affirmation and praise like Mary Kay Ash said at the beginning of this training call, but is this a little too far?
Yeah, technically probably yes.
I'm still looking for a couple more because our dream, our goal for a long time has been to hit 50% of our unit enrolled. And so we are looking for more people to enroll tonight. Really, you have till tomorrow at midnight, but do it tonight, okay? Super, super excited. So I'm going to keep tagging you. I'm going to keep tagging you in the unit Facebook group and reminding you about this. I will beat the drum loudly because this is the best investment. It's tax deductible that you can make to keep our products in customer hands.
It's tax deductible. That doesn't always mean what it sounds like it means. Just because something is tax deductible when you're in an MLM does not mean that you're going to be getting some kind of tax refund or break on your taxes all of the time.
Okay, while we're talking about that, jot this down. The spring lookbook mails in February. And you might be thinking February is still winter, Brittany. But the exciting thing about that is what else happens in February? Oh, it's Valentine's Day. So they're going to be getting the spring lookbook around Valentine's Day. So I'll update you later on when the enrollment period is for the spring book, but just know that you want to enroll for the winter book. Okay, a little bit more recognition. I am going to recognize the people who have at least halfway the production they need for the Power Up and Grow Challenge. Remember, you earn that adorable felt letterboard from the company. It's like a little easel. It's got the little felt rose, and you can make words and messages on there. You can put it out at vendor events or your Mary Kay parties or in your kitchen for your family, like clean up the dishes, whatever you want to use it for. You do you, boo. So I want to recognize all the people who have at least 300 wholesale in. By midnight tonight, you want 600 wholesale in, and then you do it again next month and you earn that prize.
Wait, a felt board? Oh my God. Really? This is what we're working toward? This is our incentive? A pink felt board? Why? They probably had to spend enough of their own money to make it make more sense to just go to Hobby Lobby or Walmart or Amazon or anywhere else and buying this yourself for way less time and money.
Brittany Mitchell, Nicole Fountain, Lauren Pierce, Rebecca Elder, Margaret Douglas, Shelley McEwen has already hit the mark. Margaret Douglas, by the way, already hit the mark, 600 or more this month. And Laura Riley already hit the mark. And Donna Mayo already hit the mark. And Debbie Hoddle already hit the mark. And Marty Mullins already hit the mark. Pam Lee and Elaine Wombold. And I need to go back on because I'm sure some of you have probably ordered since I wrote this list out today. And so I don't want to miss that. All right, let's talk then about being on target star. We are in the second star quarter of the seminar year, our business year. We call it our seminar year. And so I'm going to quickly tell you who's officially on target for star with 300 wholesale in between the 16th and the 30th. Now the 30th isn't over. So you have till midnight tonight and you want to be at 300 in cumulative wholesale. We're 2 weeks into the star quarter, and the goal is 300 in sales, 150 profit, and 150 wholesale a week to be on target star. Okay. Rebecca Elder, Brittany Mitchell, Katie O'Neill, you are only $10 away. Janice McWilliams, you are $17 away. Leanne Albers, you are $26 away. So those are the people who, when I looked earlier today, were right there knocking on the door to be on target star. So this time next week, you want to be at 450 wholesale quarter to date. And this quarter is September 16th to December 15th. Okay. So
wholesale is them placing orders. They're just placing orders for their inventory when they do wholesale. So they're just buying their star consultant rank, aren't they?
Because I mean, that's what it sounds like.
How can you prove that they're not? You could just make up customers at that point. Be like, yeah, Susie came and picked it up. Why Susie?
September 16th to December 15th, stars get three things. They earn more money. They just do. That's what the company tells us, because when you sell at least 3,600, you're profiting at least 1,800 in 13 weeks. So, okay, profit. Second thing is prizes. Profit, prizes. You get to pick the prizes. You can pick gift cards or electronics or jewelry or home goods or all kinds of things from this website. And did you know you can gift it? So what better reason to be a star by December 15th than to pick a gift that you don't have to pay for, you could give someone for Christmas?
I'm pretty sure you paid for it at some point, some way or another. That was paid for by the consultant.
John and I love to use our star points for restaurant gift certificates. This is our new thing. So a couple of weeks ago, I still had one from last quarter and I was like, do you want to get a steak for dinner? He's like, why, yes, I do. And so I cashed in some star points and got us a gift certificate to Outback Steakhouse. And that was just good, clean fun to go eat for free, courtesy of the good work that we've done in Mary Kay. But you guys, you could gift that gift card to anybody you want. So being a star by December 15th earns you points that you can shop with for a gift for anybody. In fact, if you don't choose a gift card and you choose an actual gift, you can have that gift sent wherever you want. One time I sent it to my nieces in Texas. And if you choose a gift card, they're delivered electronically. So you could have that emailed anywhere you want. So how fun would that be to be a star, earn a gift card, and email it to somebody in your family or someone you love, or of course yourself, as a big fun gift and thank you. I love that. Okay, did I get through all the recognition? Yes.
They're blurred out, so you can't see them. But there's this one lady every time, I swear. Or I imagined it every time, but I swear I've seen her do this before. She just lays down. And I don't know if she doesn't realize that everybody can see her or if she just doesn't care. But it's entertaining.
So here's what I want you to know. When I give you a 30-day plan, it is not intended to take away your creativity. It's intended to be something that's like pressing the easy button, because I know how busy all of you are. We all are busy. I am busy, you are busy, but we all have a desire and a need for extra income in our business. And so I'm going to give you a 30-day plan tonight, and you can take pieces, parts of it, or you can work it verbatim, however you prefer to do it. But I promise you that if you will work this plan, you'll make money. I'm not going to put a number on it, but you will. Okay.
Brittany, I don't know if you can do that. Even though you don't put a number on it, I don't think you can promise anyone that they're going to make money.
You cannot do that.
All right, here we go. First things first. Today, September 30th, is the first day of this plan. And the text that we always send out as a unit on the last day of every month is the one, you know, the one. It goes out to our customers. I will show it to you. And it's got a picture of the monthly special deals sheet. And let me pull up one here from my customer. Okay, so this is it. This is the monthly special deal sheet. It's when people spend 50 or more, they get an item 50% off. Okay, and the only thing you have to send with it is last day for these September deals. Text your order or add to cart online, and I'll deduct discount before charging card. I appreciate you, your MK gal, Brittany. I'm going to put it in the chat for those of you who are on. All you have to do is copy that and put it in. Now, I'm just going to put my MK website here. Okay, there we go. Last day for these September deals, text your order or add to cart online, and I'll deduct discount before charging card. And then you put your website there, and you put, I appreciate you, your MK gal, and then your name. Okay. I did that. I scheduled it last night to go out as a text. Okay. You can do it tonight, right after the huddle. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Pull out your PCP list, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. I got an order today from one customer for $130 and an order from another customer today for $94. That's $224 in orders because I sent a text.
Copy paste text. You spammed all your friends and family. Congratulations. Allegedly.
Okay. So if you haven't sent that last day of the month text, you're going to do that tonight, right after the huddle. Okay. Now tomorrow is the first of the month. And on the first of every single month, what do? That's right. We send out the new month special deals. And I'm going to be posting this in the unit Facebook group right after the huddle, but let me pull it up and show it to you. And I'll show you what the October deals are. And, you know, there's a lot of strategy that goes into these deals, you guys. And so I just want to show you that. So this is the graphic for October, and look what's on there. Oh, look, it's the tinted lip balm. Oh, look, it's the apple and almond. That's very fall scent. I mean, it's great all year, but there's something on here that's brand new. Okay, the tinted lip balm. There's something on here that's seasonal. Okay, and we have it all the time, but it's a very seasonal favorite. And so tomorrow, when you send this out, it's going to be another simple text. It's just going to say, Happy October. Here are this month's special deals. That's it. And you will have texted them today, the text with your website in it. So they should be able to just scroll up and click on that, but you can put that in, and I say the same thing. I usually say something like, these deals are so good, you won't see them online. So text me your order or add to cart online, and I'll deduct the discount before charging your card. Why? Because we can't on our websites, as they are now, do things like that. Who knows, with this announcement Mary Kay is making tomorrow, what kind of wonderful settings we'll have on our personal websites.
The winking, it's like she's glitching a little bit.
She's glitching like crazy.
That we can do all kinds of cool things going forward. So I love this because for your customers who just got the new lookbook, who wouldn't want to get one of those tinted lip balms half price? So let me show you the other things that are on here. You guys, they're very strategic when they design this sheet. There's always skincare and color. So for color, there's the tinted lip balm. There's the contour shades. Okay. And then we've got skincare. I'm going to have to turn it around so I can see it. The charcoal mask, the biocellulose mask, the moisture renewing gel mask, a men's fragrance, high intensity sport cologne, which is a really good one. There's the mask applicator, the lash intensity mascara, highlighter, contour, the hydrogel eye patches, and the apple and almond body care set. Now, here's where the strategy comes in when they pick these things. I'm just going to do a quick show of hands. Raise your hand if you have customers who buy body care products now. I know some of you do. I know Renee's sister loves, right? Isn't it the apple and almonds her favorite? You guys, this is a strategic way to get people on products that they are not currently buying from you. So when they can get that set for 16, the body wash and the lotion, that's a good deal. And that's something they're getting on that maybe they're not currently using. We always put some favorites on here. How many of you love, all of us, the Lash Intensity Mascara? So women get excited when they're like, oh, I use that. So that's the psychology of this special sheet. There should be something that's new, something they maybe aren't using. There should be something that they use and love, like the charcoal mask. Who doesn't love that? The Lash Intensity Mascara. And then there should be something that expands your reach. Write that phrase down, expands your reach. This is a men's product, okay? All the other things on here, some of these men use too, but this is just for men. That's a men's cologne. And so what that does is strategically say to them, hey, we can help you with the guys too. This could be a Christmas present. This could be a birthday present. This could be a, I just want my guy to smell good present, okay? So today, September 30th, we send the text with last chance for this month's deals. Tomorrow, October 1st, we send the new month ones. Now there's a version of this that has that double deal days striped down the side. You don't have to do that, but I always do. The first 2 days of every new month, they don't just get one item half price when they spend 50 or more. They get two. They get to double up. And when they spend 50, they get 2 things half price. If they spend 100, they get 4 things half price from this sheet. Okay. I had a customer today ask me something I've never been asked. She said, hey, none of those are things that I use, but could I just get my usual things half price? And I said, gosh, I wish I could do that. Her name here. I won't say her name to protect the innocent, but I said, I don't choose these. And so we can only offer these.
It's interesting how you don't choose those, but it's your business.
Now, if you wanted to pick your own, you certainly could. I know one consultant who's like, I don't use that sheet. I just make up my own. To me, that's more work. So you do you, boo. But I just use the sheet as it comes out.
That is so confusing, Brittany. You don't make the sales up, but you have consultants that will, but you tell your customers that you don't make the sales up and that you have to go by what's on the sheet.
I'm just going to tell you how none of it makes sense to me.
So which is it? Are they allowed to run their own sales? Are they allowed to pick what is 50% off for these customers? Or do they have to go off the sheet? And something that these people fail to have the forward thinking about is that eventually some of these people that they're talking about might end up joining their team and seeing these calls or watching a future call where you say the same thing, and they realize what you've actually been doing to them the whole time. And they might not feel great about you lying about certain things, painting a different picture than what is actually going on within Mary Kay. We should probably be thinking about those things before we're telling these types of stories or situations, scenarios on a training call. What if that's your next recruit?
September 30th, last chance deals. 1st of October, double deal days. Okay. The first 2 days of the month. Okay. So there are 2 action steps that you can take in the first 2 days of this action plan, September 30th, October 1st. And if you are watching this playback and it's already beyond September 30th, don't panic. Just say to yourself, okay, well, on October 31st, I need to remember to do that. The first day of the month, the last day of the month. We always, 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 always talk special deals. I would not have those $224 in new orders today if I hadn't sent that text. How easy is that? Okay, let's talk about something we haven't talked about in a long time. Outside orders. What the heck is an outside order? Like outdoors? What are you talking about, Brittany? An outside order is an order that happens outside of an appointment. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 examples of this, and I'm going to give you a challenge. By this time next week, I want you to get 5 outside orders. These are not the same thing as reorders, because reorders are people buying again what they've bought before. That's a reorder. An outside order is a random order. 3 examples. 1, maybe you take this book to work tomorrow and say, hey, my director has challenged us to get 5 orders from people who've never ordered before. or 5 orders for something you've never bought before. So maybe I'm Karina, I'm at the hospital, and I say that to a coworker, and she buys skincare from me, but she's never bought body care or a men's product.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. You can get fired. You can lose your job, especially in a hospital. I know because I worked for a hospital and somehow I got away with doing this with Scentsy. Thank you so much to my old boss back then. And I didn't get fired, but you can definitely get fired. It is in the fine print of your job that if you are making money in another way while you're on the clock, while you're at work making money there, then you can lose your job. You can get fired. And an MLM would be considered you trying to make money while you're on the clock at your current job, in this case, a hospital. Don't do that. You can lose your job. Leave the Mary Kay, what is it called? Catalog at home. Meet up at a coffee shop later if they want to discuss purchasing Mary Kay. Don't do it at your stable job that gives you a guaranteed paycheck. Don't do that.
Or color. And you just say, hey, take a look, see if there's something you'd love. Again, the Marty Mullins, I'm going to start calling it that. The Marty Mullins philosophy, let's keep it simple, sweetie, okay? Kiss, kiss, kiss. Keep it simple, sweetie. Yeah, that's so easy, right? And so maybe she flips through, she's eating a sandwich at lunch with Karina, and she's like, hold on, what's that? That's really pretty, actually. I'll take a tube of that. Lipstick, lip gloss, whatever it is. Okay, there's an outside order. It happened outside of an appointment. It happened outside of a party, and it was not a reorder because she hasn't bought it before. Now, maybe I'm Karen Grover. I'm in the teacher's lounge at work, and I say, hey, my director has challenged us to get 5 outside orders this week. And an outside order is an order that happens outside a party. So can I give you this book? Will you flip through it? Will you find something you'd love to have? And will you place an order? You guys, let's stay clear on the fact that women are buying skincare, body care, fragrance, color someplace. They are. Target, Walmart, Sephora, Ulta, online, Amazon, you name it. Amazon is online, but you get me. Why not from you?
Because it's Mary Kay and it's overpriced and it's shit compared to what you can actually get even at Walgreens, Walmart, Target, if you're not going to Sephora or Ulta and getting the higher end stuff. The lower end stuff that I use personally a lot of the time from Walmart, Target, Walgreens is better, in my opinion, than the Mary Kay that I've used in the past. That's a greedy mindset, in my opinion, because you want people to be buying it from you because you want their money, not because the product is better. It's just not.
You have to adopt that mindset. If they're buying it anyway, why wouldn't you want it to be bought from you? And so if you are the least bit reluctant to put one of these in someone's hands, and I know what some of you are already thinking this, I'm just going to call it out. I don't have any, Brittany. I don't have any of this. Okay, here's the link. I'm going to put it in the chat. There's a digital version. You can text it to them, bit.ly/MK Fall Holiday 2025. Easiest link to remember. You know, all my links start with bit.ly, bit.ly/MK Fall Holiday 2025. And they will be taken to the digital version of this. So if I'm Karen, if I'm Karina, if I'm Renee, I can text that to somebody. And when they click it, it's going to open this up. And it's going to be one long continuous thread they can scroll through with all the pages of the lookbook in there. Okay. You guys, women love to shop. And so there's your challenge, your homework, 5 outside orders. Now, here's the really exciting thing. The company tells us that people usually don't just buy one item. I'll take this eyeshadow, Karina. I'll take that lip gloss, Karen. They usually buy a couple of things, but you have to be smart about strategizing what to suggest. Now, some of you might be like, oh gosh, here comes the talk about upselling. I don't even like that term. Upselling is purposely trying to sell up and build up the ticket and make them spend more. Suggestive selling is, you know, what would be great with that? You know how like when you go try on an outfit, if you look at a mannequin in a store, they don't have a shirt and no pants. Those mannequins are not pantless. They've got a whole outfit on. So if someone's buying mascara, someone yell it out. What do you need? If you're using and wearing mascara, what do you need to go with that? Makeup remover. Eye makeup remover. Exactly. If you are somebody who is wearing foundation, in my mind, you got to be wearing translucent powder. If you are somebody who's wearing lipstick, I like to wear gloss over it. So you guys, that's our job. Doesn't mean they'll buy it, but why would we not suggest it?
That's the same thing. That's the same thing. Nobody forces you to buy something more expensive or add something onto your order. When they are upselling you, when they are trying to upsell you, because they don't upsell you until they successfully sell you the thing they're trying to sell you. When they're doing that, they're suggesting something. We'll use the classic example when you're going to McDonald's and they're saying,
"Would you like to supersize that?"
They're suggesting it. They're not forcing you to buy it. They have not upsold anything until you said yes. They're just suggesting you buy it. So it's the same thing. You can't sugarcoat it. Just like this, we don't sell, we share. No, you sell, you exchange money for product. You sell, you also upsell, and that's okay. That is your literal job as a contracted sales employee for Mary Kay. You don't have to tell people that they're not actually selling or upselling. In that case, you're kind of lying, in my opinion.
So if you are selling somebody a tube of mascara and not saying, how are you with eye makeup remover? Because we have the most amazing eye makeup remover on the planet. Or if it's someone who already uses eye makeup remover, hey, shall I pair that with a bottle of our oil-free eye makeup remover? It's just a suggestion. But here's what you don't do. Do you want eye makeup remover with that? Game show, no. That's a yes or no question. When I say, how are you sitting with eye makeup remover? Because we have the best one on the planet. We sell one every 5 seconds in the United States. Did you know that? We do. It's on a billboard in Texas.
It must be true then.
That's just customer fucking service. There's a way to talk to customers, and do you need eye makeup remover is not the best way to approach the situation. You probably want to be a little bit more pleasant when you're suggesting they buy something.
You guys, you're just suggesting. And it always works because people go, ooh, you know what? Yeah, you better throw that in too. They'll think about it for a second. You're just making a suggestion. You're not twisting their arm. Listen, you're going to need eye makeup remover with that. Why aren't you buying eye makeup remover? I need to add that on. That's not what we're saying. Okay, so 5 outside orders. So think about this. I'm just going to give you an example.
Nobody is. When you go to Target, Walmart, Walgreens, Sephora, Ulta, they are not doing that either. Nobody is.
Okay, and you're going to be shocked when you add this up. If you have a calculator, get that out right now. Let's say that one of your outside orders is a lash intensity mascara and an eye makeup remover. Okay, that's 38 bucks. All right, let's say somebody else buys a lipstick and a lip gloss. Okay, so lipstick is 20 and gloss is 18. What do you know? That's $38. Okay, maybe somebody says, you know, I'm almost out of foundation. Could I get foundation? And then you talk to her about our incredible translucent powder, because if you want your look to last all day, why on earth would you not want the oil-fighting, oil-absorbing properties of translucent powder that makes everything you put on over it more blendable and more perfected? Okay, so great. So now she's going to get a foundation and a translucent powder. And so that's 44. Okay, so that's 3 outside orders. What about if someone's like, you know, my skin is just looking so blotchy. Like I just need something to help even out my skin tone. There's a million things you could suggest for that, but I would suggest one of our clinical solutions boosters, because they're amazing and people go through them in about a month. And so that's going to be really good. So the ferulic and niacinamide brightener, I would say to them, you know, niacinamide is the #1 thing we recommend as far as skincare ingredients for evening and brightening your skin tone. You would love our booster. It's a little eyedropper. You just drop some in your palm every day, smooth it on, good to go. Okay, I'll take that. And maybe that's all she gets. That's 38. Do you see a pattern here? That's 4 little example outside orders, 38, 38, 38, 44. And then, you know, maybe somebody goes, you know what? I am totally out of my fill in the blank. I'm just going to pick something here. Let's say it's their Hello Clean set, their 2-in-1 body wash and shave and hydrating lotion. That's 36. Okay, getting out my calculator. 5 little bitty outside orders. You don't have to take them all at the same time, but you could. 36 plus 38 plus 38 plus 38 plus 44. You guys, that's 200 bucks. 5 little outside orders. Let's just round it off to 200 bucks. You just put 100 bucks in your profit. 100 bucks profit in your pocket with that. But wait, there's more. Because when you then talk to them about their monthly special opportunity with the special deals, you could say, gosh, Susie, you're at 44. If you hit 50, you can pick one of these half price. She's probably going to add on a little something more to hit 50 to then get a half price item. And now you're going to really see that increase. So homework, 5 outside orders. Let's recap. September 30th, last chance for these deals. October 1st, here are the October specials. And then in the next week, we're focused on 5 outside orders.
I like to point this out in most of her videos. She's very good at playing pretend when it comes to being a business owner, quote unquote, and teaching people how to actually sell. I will say that she does seem like a very good salesperson, which would make her an ideal person in any sales position, whether it's with an MLM or with a regular ethical sales position, in my opinion. But yeah, she does get on these trainings and talk about the sales pieces of things and how to upsell or suggestive sell and do all of those things. The problem is that most people are not good at it.
If you don't have a single booking on your date book right now, you can get 5 outside orders. Not counting the orders that come from those texts that I just talked about, 5 outside orders. But here's the great thing about it, and hear my heart on this. When you have a goal, it forces you to open your mouth. It does. If you are raising money for a charity, if you are collecting sponsors because you're running a 5K race, if your kid is selling wrapping paper for Cub Scouts, you have a goal, you will open your mouth.
That's what he said.
Stop, Sam. Stop it. I'm so sorry for the way my brain works.
There's your goal. 5 outside orders by this time next week. That's it. Okay. All right. So let's continue rolling with this plan and let's wrap in this giftology piece. You guys, giftology happens on November the 2nd. So between September 30th and November 2nd, that's really like 31 plus 30. That's like 34 days, but I said it was a 30-day plan. So really a 34-day plan. The thing that we have the biggest opportunity with in October is follow up on the lookbook. And most of you listening to the sound of my voice enrolled customers. And if you didn't, you can send the digital version and do the same follow-up. But then to have us start the month of November with giftology, think about this now. October 31st, you'll send the last chance for these October deals text. November 1st, you'll send the here are the November specials text. And then November 2nd, we have giftology. And of course, you're going to get orders from that. But what happens a couple weeks later? The winter lookbook arrives. And now you're going to get a wave of orders from that. So my goal in giving you this plan is I want you to see that when we work in 30-ish day chunks, 34 in this case, we should have business coming in on a repeat basis, different ways. Appointments, yes. On the go, yes. Reorders, yes. Things that come from the lookbook mailing, yes. Things that come from a giftology event, yes. All of those, okay?
Brittany, these people, most of them have traditional jobs. Like you said, somebody works at the hospital. The time it takes to have success to do all of those things within Mary Kay is going to be impossible for somebody with a full-time, traditional, stable job to do. They're not going to be able to find the time to do that and do it successfully unless they just don't sleep, which is another huge problem that isn't really talked about much when we're talking about the problems with MLMs. There's no time freedom, especially if you work a traditional job to help pay your bills, there's literally going to be no time left in the day to find success in an MLM if you have a full-time job, in my opinion and experience, allegedly.
But I want you to picture a well. Close your eyes for a second. All of you have probably seen a well if you've never pumped one yourself. The way that it works is you pump and you pump and you pump and you pump, and then the water starts to come. You got to pump. The water doesn't come out on the first pump. It doesn't. You got to pump and pump and pump, and here comes the water. And then if you pump enough, you can let go.
Wait, does that work?
Stop it, Sam. I literally can't help it. I was made like this.
And the water keeps coming. Now, you do have to pump again.
Yeah, that's the spot.
Sorry, I'll stop.
But that's the thing with this 30-day plan. The September 30th text, the October 1st text, that's pumping. And now the flow starts to come. When you enrolled for that lookbook and it mailed on September 7th and your customers got it about 10 days later, enrolling was pumping the well. And now the book is here and now the water is flowing. But we don't just stop, we have to follow up. So let me ask you, have you followed up with your customers on the lookbook mailing? And if you haven't, you're not getting put in, no follow-up jail by me, but that's an opportunity. What does that look like? It's a text and a call. You send a text, you wait a week, and if the people you texted haven't ordered or gotten back to you, then you call. Simple as that. The scripts are in the Facebook group. Okay. So September 30th, October 1st, then we've got this follow-up going on. That takes us through the end of the month. Then we've got with the outside order challenge for the next week, we've got that going on. And then we roll into October 31st, last chance for these October deals. November 1st, here are the November deals. Giftology on November 2nd. The winter lookbook hits about 10 days later. And then, of course, we'll have Pink Weekend. And we're not going to talk about that tonight, but if you haven't heard that term, Pink Weekend is what most people call Black Friday. And then Super Saturday, which is the day after, and then Cyber Monday. That's what the rest of the world calls it. Everyone's, after they eat turkey on Thanksgiving, they're checking out all the deals on their phone, and most places start them that night, right? And that runs through Friday, and then Saturday is Small Business Saturday or Super Saturday, and then there's Cyber Monday. So you're going to have between now and the end of the year, these little 30-day periods. But right now we're just putting the blinders on and we're focused on September 30th to November 2nd. Through Giftology, okay? And then we'll do November 3rd through the end of November, and we'll have the winter lookbook coming out. We'll have Pink Friday. We call it Pink Friday instead of Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. So you guys, I know that this time of year tends to get busier and busier. John and I were just talking today about our October calendar. And it's like, this is happening and that's happening, and we're traveling, and there's a gala that we're going to, a fundraising thing with our church small group. I know we all get busy, but what you don't want to do is stop pumping the well.
Don't stop pumping. You can just put me in the corner. I don't know, you guys. We should probably just end this now. We're gonna end it now. I'm gonna put us all out of our misery. Anyway, so I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen, but right next to me, right here, literally, the camera's too far away, or I'd show you with the camera right now. The set for Anonymous and a Menace is all set up and ready to go, and I am going to be starting to film this week. I have the first 2 stories pulled that I'm reacting to, and I'm so excited. Y'all have not disappointed on the story submissions. So if you missed the news, starting November 16th, I will have a podcast on all podcast platforms, as well as here on YouTube on my channel, and it's called Anonymous and a Menace. And I'm going to be reacting to your stories that you submit. It can be anything from am I the asshole to embarrassing MLM stories or infuriating MLM stories, embarrassing intimate stories, if you know what I mean. Anything and everything you want to get off your chest. You can go ahead and make a submission via the link in the description below. If you want to send in a story, just make sure that if you don't want any names out there, to change the names just in case I mess up and say a name that's on the form. I don't want to be that person, so please don't do that. Change the names for me if you don't want the names out there. And also, if you want me to know that you submitted it, you have to put it in the submission itself, because I don't even know who these submissions are coming from. So it could be from my cousin's aunt's uncle, and I wouldn't know. Anyway, go ahead and submit your story. This was a bumpy ride. Listen, I just took a week off of filming and I got to get back into the swing of things. So we're gonna be all right. I promise. Anyway, as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.